What's going on? It's your boy Chief. We're knocking these videos out today, and this is episode 19 of the Doormen Podcast. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Do me a favor, go ahead and like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification, and if you see anything throughout the video that's interesting or any thoughts you have, man, leave me a comment. I'll respond to everyone that I see. Today's video, what's going on in the security industry. There's a video, I've seen this video, it's been around for years, and it's involving a situation that happened at a nightclub in Chicago. I saw the video, it's one of those that I was looking for, and I saw it, and I immediately put it on the show. I'm gonna talk about it live, but there are a lot of things that you can take away from this video. I think everybody who works in the security field should watch this video because there are many things that we can take away from it. So let's check this out. Let's see what's going on.
Damn, man! Hey, the ambulance is coming. Okay. Thank you. The ambulance is coming. Holy fuck! I'm in the club. Somebody open the side door. He come and fire like 5 shots. No! Come out. Turn fire. Drop it right here on the side. Everything was clear. Everything was down. Everything was down, bro.
Like, who came in the club? Do you know?
He's down on the ground.
He's over there now?
Yes, down. Everything was down. This man comes up inside the fucking club with his rifle, pointed at every fucking body. He had his gun still out, holding the offender on the ground. My officer here. He telling him to drop his gun. I'm telling him he working with us. Cool out. He's working with us. He shot him 4 or 5 times after we told him he's with us.
So, man, you can just feel the emotion from the guy at the beginning, even the guy who's talking about this incident that occurred inside the club. Clearly, from what I gather, a situation happened inside the club. There sounds like there was a shooting. There was an incident involving a gun. Security responded to the situation, had the situation under control, had the guy who had the weapon at gunpoint. The security had him on the floor at gunpoint. The situation was under control. The police respond. When they come in to a situation, they said the officer came in, had his rifle out, and the security is, I'm sure, yelling things at him, telling him, yeah, this guy, he's with us. The guy who's on the floor, he's the offender. They're trying to explain things to the officer who responded. For some reason, that officer shot the security officer 3 or 4 times. And, you know, I think about this situation and it makes me think about how dangerous the job that we do is. The last 2 videos I did, I talked about the responsibility that comes with carrying a weapon. And I showed a few videos of people, the guy at the store in particular, who pulled the gun out when it was completely unnecessary, talking to an officer and pulled the gun out, posturing. The officer immediately pulled his gun out and unalived him, shot him 5 or 6. I mean, he probably shot him about 10 times, actually listening to it. And how it was just painfully clear that the guy who pulled that gun did not understand the responsibility that comes with having a deadly weapon. And it's sad when those type of situations happen. I think it's equally sad a situation like this when you've got one of the good guys, a guy who's doing security, a guy who is putting his life on the line at this venue to protect patrons. A deadly situation happens. He is involved in stopping the situation, has the guy at gunpoint, waiting on backup to arrive, waiting on the police to arrive. And then the police officer comes in and shoots him. It's an extremely sad situation. And I show my guys who I work with, especially when they work the clubs, this video in particular, because I want them to understand several things. But I think ways to prevent things like this, because this is something that can happen. You have to put yourself in the mind of a police officer who's showing up to a scene, fresh eyes. He doesn't know what has happened. He doesn't know who's the good guy from the bad guy. And, you know, you look at the guy in the video, how the guy at the beginning, how he's dressed, you know, he's just in an all black hoodie, black jeans, indistinguishable from anyone else. You don't know if he's working security. You don't know if he's the bad guy. Now, I don't know what the guy who actually got shot was wearing. I simply say that because that's something to consider. If a situation happens and the police get involved, you got to immediately know the police officer does not know who the bad guy is. Keep that in mind. And you have a firearm in your hand, no matter what you're doing, even if it's a noble cause, even if you've just saved the day. When that police officer arrives, I don't know what this guard did. He might have, you know, turned to the officer and had the gun pointed at him. I don't know what happened, but I'm saying you have to think about what you'll do in situations before you're put in that situation. And to avoid things like this, best practice, when you see the police officer, you might want to holster your weapon immediately. You might want to, and this is what I tell my guys, have a security badge, just a necklace you put around your thing. And if you're a place that where the security is low profile, have it tucked in your hoodie. But you got to have something on you that identifies that, hey, I am working. Because when you have a firearm on you, and if anything were to happen and you pull that firearm, just like the last video, a police officer or someone who's looking at it from the outside, because remember what we talked about, when you pull that firearm, you are opening yourself up to a world of possibilities, right? Someone has legal justification to shoot you when you pull your firearm out. So you've got to take every measure possible to let it be known I'm a good guy. Whether that is your voice, you've got to get vocal when you pull that firearm. Even if there is a deadly situation and you're stopping a situation and you pull that firearm, be vocal, yell out, hey, get down, I'm gonna shoot. Let it be known, because what's gonna happen, you're not only letting the person know, hey, this is about to happen, you're letting people around know. So when it comes back and you have to fill out that report and they're asking people what happened, well, yeah, I know this guy came in and he didn't just come in and start shooting. I don't know what happened, but I heard somebody yelling, stop. I heard somebody yelling, let her go, before the shots rang out. All these things are going to help you, but you know, so yeah, it's just, when I see this situation, man, it's incredibly sad. As somebody who's worked in the club for a long time, I've been a part of many situations where guns were pulled, situations where shots were fired, and massive group fights, everything you can think of. And this is always on my mind, that because I'm a guy who's walking around with a firearm on me and a responsibility to use that firearm if certain things occur, that if I brandish that firearm, even in a noble way, even looking to protect someone, that someone else could, who's uninformed, could see me and something like this could happen. So that's the responsibility of carrying a firearm. It's no joke, no joke. So that's, man, I wanted to put that in the video in episode 17. So if you're just seeing this video, go back and look at episode 17. And when we discussed the 3 things and the 3 key responsibilities that come along with carrying a firearm. And the video just got a little long and I didn't have a chance to throw this one in there. But this is along those same lines about things to consider when you're carrying a firearm. It's a major responsibility. Don't take it lightly, and go back and watch episode 17 and you can get the full context of what I'm talking about. But yeah, I think everybody should see that video. Every protector should see that video. Move accordingly. Have your badge under your clothes. Even if you're doing bodyguard work, have a badge somewhere. Have a security badge, because if something happens, shots ring out, a brawl rings out, you have a weapon on you. Keep in mind. And the police officer, the responding officer, doesn't know you from a can of paint. So when he comes in, high adrenaline, rifle loaded, coming in looking for who to put down, you look like a person who needs to get put down because you've got a weapon on you. So you've got to make every effort to distinguish yourself and make sure that doesn't happen. Get a security badge that you wear, that you keep on you underneath your clothes, so that you can pull it out and it could possibly save your life if a situation ever was to occur. So that's my time. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Let me know down below in the comments what you think about the video, or best practices when there is a situation and the police do get involved. What are some considerations that you have if that were to occur? What are some advice that you have for other protectors if something like that were to occur? I think that's a conversation that needs to be had. More people need to have that at the forefront of their mind, because it is a danger out there. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Like, comment, subscribe. This has been episode 19 of the Doormen Podcast. It is a thing now. I appreciate you guys tuning in, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.